They don't make them like they used to is something you hear far too frequently when someone is enjoying a good old moan about how everything was better back in the day. It's not a philosophy I subscribe to, but you have to admit old cars have a certain charm and character modern ones, well, just don't.
Guys. Welcome to Best of British.
Recently, Jaguar Land Rover Works Classics has even begun offering factory restoration of cars like the Series 1 Land Rover and the classic Range Rover. Today, we're here to drive the latter and meet one of the architects behind the Reborn programme, Melbourne-born Mike Bishop. So this is very much a Back to the Future experience, isn't it? Because this is just such a pioneering car in the world of SUVs.
Incredible vehicles, absolutely state of the art at this time. Four-wheel disc brakes, full coil suspension, load levelling suspension.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Lightweight alloy V8.
Yeah, it's got a V8. So these cars were a massive hit with Australian buyers.
It's the right vehicle for this platform, and you know this style of setup with the the suspension still slightly loose and wallowy, like as a 70s or 60s car was.
Yeah.
You've got the power steering from those days, which is nice.
It doesn't have much feel, and it's a bit slow. You have to wind on a bit more lock than you expect to beside a modern car, but it's precise enough, and I don't even mind the gear change and brakes. Despite using old parts, employing the same production techniques as back in the day, the Range Rover Reborn reeks of build quality and a level of finish alien to the cars that rolled off the line in a crumbling, strike-ridden Britain. But this really has been a labour of love, hasn't it, to create this Reborn Range Rover. This is actually chassis number 0 because Land Rover says they're never, ever going to sell it. I'm sure a lot of people would be like, what's the problem? I mean, you could just pick a few parts off the shelf, throw out an old Range Rover, give it a fresh lick of paint, job's a good one.
Unfortunately, with the interior plastics and carpets and all the trim elements of this vehicle, no, they're not on the shelf. And so to restore one vehicle is an achievement in itself.
Yeah. To
try and have a whole program of 40, 50 or more vehicles, that's near impossible unless you start to produce the parts again from scratch.
This interior is just, it's wonderful, isn't it? It's just a 70s piece of heaven, and this interior, good luck if you want to source one.
To try and get this, reproduced by a carpet manufacturer, it's impossible.
Yeah.
They don't have the tooling and machinery to do it. We've had to, find people who are specialists in this fluffy style 70s stuff.
Yeah.
Who can, make it by hand.
And I guess that's a real benefit for existing owners, because suddenly they've got a parts bank that hasn't been available to them for more than a decade?
Exactly, and it helps the greater industry. We've had the panels largely reproduced on the vehicle, and those panels are now available for sale as part of the Classic Parts program.
For a man obsessed with the pursuit of imperfection, we can't but hope Bishop, for once, was glad to accept defeat and take pride in the fact that the Range Rover Reborn is far, far better than the original ever was. So you can probably tell, Mike, I'm kind of falling for your car here. How much would you sell me an identical car to this one right here for?
Suffolk's Range Rovers in the Reborn program start at £145,000.
Right.
Where if you want to go for a Suffolk's 8, the holy grail of Range Rovers, you've got to go for $175 starting price.
Ouch, that's a serious amount of cash, but my God, the amount of work you put into this, I can see how it's worth it.
You get a lot of car in a Range Rover.
Yeah, you always have and you always will.
You always have, you always will.